So, Lions and Commanders preseason week 2. There's a lot of positives to take out of this game. You know, it was overall a great team win, even though it's a preseason game. It was very promising here. There's a lot of positives I have from this game, so let's go ahead, let's jump into them. So, of course, obviously, the first positive is 100% Derek Moore. Absolute baller. I think we finally found Aiden Hutchinson's partner in crime on that D-line on the other side of the edge. Which we've been trying to find that for years after Aiden Hutchinson started balling out. We finally found it with Derek Moore. Especially his sack hit was pretty fucking nuts. I should also mention for this game, we had quite a few starters playing in this game to get them all warmed up. Because everyone complained about how the Lions starters look rusty week 1. So a good chunk of the starters played. Mainly most of the D-line except for Penei Sewell. Really out of all the starters, the main ones that didn't play in this game are Goff, Jahmyr Gibbs, J-Mo, Amon-Ra, and Penei Sewell. And Aiden Hutchinson as well. Those are the only starters that really didn't play at all, get any reps in this game. But yeah, Moore looked pretty good. Keith Abney held his own out there too. Even Enos Rakestraw throughout most of the week held his own too. Even despite Rakestraw getting another injury. Goddamn, what has Enos Rakestraw got to do to stay fucking healthy in this league? But hey, he still held his own throughout the week, so that's good to see. Keith Abney. Eric Hunter did pretty well too. He held it. Was solid in this game too. Skylar Gill Howard, Jesus Christ, he has been elite in this preseason so far. He has been an absolute baller. The Lions definitely, I think, so far have found another diamond in the rough in the later rounds of the draft from the 2026 draft class. Just Jesus Christ, he's been fun to watch so far. Even Travion Williams has looked pretty solid too. Moving the rock too. Potentially could be running back too behind Jahmyr Gibbs, since Isaiah Pacheco might be out for a little bit. Even DJ Reed looked pretty solid too. Even though the defensive back room might be a little bit shaky, at least guys like Abney, Reed, and Rakestraw have held their own too. Jackson Meeks also looked pretty solid too. I think right now he's definitely tight end 3 right now. And we know tight end depth on the Lions is going to be very crucial to start the season. Since Sam Laporta suffered got injured again, and he's going to be out indefinitely. We're not sure for how long though. I honestly feel like that's going to be a big blow to the Lions offense, is not having Sam Laporta. Because Sam Laporta is extremely underrated. Honestly, out of all the players in the Lions roster, I think Sam Laporta is the most underrated player on the roster. I think we all know how big of an impact he makes to the Lions offense when he went down last year, and the Lions offense really struggled from there. But there's definitely some promise in the depth so far. The QB2 battle between Luke Altmaier and Joshua Dobbs, I think it's a lot closer than some people may think, as both of them have looked pretty solid in this game. Altmaier looked pretty solid too. Even Dobbs too looked solid despite his shaky start to the game. Because Dobbs did have a pretty bad start to the game with the strip 6, 51 seconds in. And then followed that up with an interception at midfield on the very next drive. But Joshua Dobbs did bounce back pretty well on the very next drive after the midfield interception, when Joshua Dobbs ran it 50 yards into the house for the touchdown. Even though Dobbs started the game off bad, he was able to finish it pretty good. Sometimes it's not about how you start, it's how you finish. But with Joshua Dobbs, he mainly got bailed out by the edge rusher group and the defense balling out. Honestly, edge and defense is the main reason why the Lions won this game. Just defenses look vast, the edge and D-line group as a whole, and the defense as a whole. It has vastly improved massively from last year. It is a night and day difference how much better the defenses look so far. Dortch has I think Dortch has easily solidified himself as punt returner 1, but I wouldn't count out Tom Kennedy. Tom Kennedy has still looked very solid so far. Overall, it's only a couple negatives from this game. Like, the only real negatives I take out of this game were Sion Vacchi and Tay Martin, as those two honestly didn't look really that impressive throughout this game. And there was also Cedric Wilson Jr., who went down with an injury too. So prayers to him, just very unfortunate there. I mean, overall from this game, it was overall a great team winning as a whole. Because I think one thing that the Lions lacked a lot of last year was complementary football. So it was really lacking last year. So it was great to see all aspects of the ball performing and complementing each other throughout this game. You know, it's a very promising performance. You know, very promising overall, even though it's a preseason game. But I'll say this, though. The hype for this D-line is 100% real. You know, there were solid individual group performances, too. Even the O-line looked pretty good, too, with the amount of starters going in. Even Drew Struggs, even though he was a bit shaky to start off, it looked like he got better as the game went on and he settled in. So that was good to see there. You know, there was also a lot of solid individual and group performances across the board, too. You know, I'm pretty excited to see how the D-line and the O-line and the defense perform in Indy next week for the Lions' final preseason game. But yeah, definitely a lot of positives to take out of this 17-13 win over Washington. Don't worry, Washington and Jaden Daniels fans, have no fear. The Lions made sure not to win by 5 points. They made sure to win by 4 points out of respect for Jaden Daniels. Because apparently Jaden's getting mad at anybody using the number 5. Oh, Jesus Christ. Is this going to become another fucking lawsuit thing like what happened between Lamar Jackson and the Dale Jr. 8 font last year? Like this again? When Jaden Daniels has a weird fucking boner for number 5. All I say is, Jaden, don't do this. Just stay in your damn lane and don't worry about it. Alright, just stay in your lane and stop having a fucking boner over everybody using 5. I mean, 5 is a pretty popular number. Let's not get this twisted. I mean, 5 is a pretty popular number, especially in Detroit. I mean, the greatest defenseman in the Red Wings franchise history wore number 5. And that number 5 is hanging in the rafters at Little Caesars Arena. So, Jaden Daniels, just let it go. Focus on your ball. And stay in your lane. But yeah, which is kind of weird. I mean, you know, kind of weird shit always happens when you play in Washington, I guess. But yeah, overall, a solid game overall. A lot of positives to take out of this game. But now, we got one preseason game left. And then it's regular season time. Definitely a lot of promises from these 2 test and tune-up sessions for the Lions. And also this week, Lions are also going to be unveiling their new rivalry uniforms that they're going to wear I think it's week 7 against the Vikings. Whenever that game is. It's either week 7 or 8 against the Vikings. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the rivalry uniforms look like. And for all the Lions fans saying they hope that doesn't get leaked, trust me, it's going to get fucking leaked. Because of how many partners the Lions have throughout the league with the uniforms and shit. Like, it's going to get fucking leaked. It's going to be hard to keep it a secret when you got like 900 different fucking partners. But anyway, that wraps it up here. See you all next week on the Indy. I'm out and go Lions.